welcome back to my little kitchen. Today I'm going to be having my helper Miles.
Hello.
Miles is 9 years old. He helped me to get all of these ingredients ready. And what are we going to be making today, Miles?
Cinnamon chip zucchini bread.
So first, we are going to be combining our dry ingredients. So Miles is going to do that. Go ahead, Miles, and add in the flour. We needed 1 1/6. We have a double recipe we cut in half because we're working in a little kitchen and we only have 1 loaf pan. And we already greased that, so it's ready to go. Okay, Miles, go ahead and add in the baking soda. We're putting in 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Next, we're going to add the cinnamon. We have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Tap that, make sure we get all that yummy cinnamon in there. And then we have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt that we're going to add in.
I don't want too salty.
Not too salty. And we use sea salt. And then we are going to whisk those dry ingredients together. Miles is a great whisker, so he will help me with that.
I prefer to whisk dry ingredients and not eggs. Eggs get harder and harder to whisk.
Go ahead and make sure that looks good. And then we are going to set this aside. Now we are going to start on our wet ingredients in our large bowl. First, we are going to mix together 1/2 cup of sugar, the oil. So we're going to add oil, about 1/6 cup of oil. We had to cut that down from 1/3 cup. And our egg. Harder. There you go. Hear it crack. Yep, you got it. Break it apart. Nice and slow. Perfect. And
Perfect towels.
go ahead and wash your hands with soap after touching raw eggs. And then we are going to go ahead and combine this. Go ahead and do that while he washes his hands. Light and fluffy. Mix it together really well. And then, once it's combined, Miles is going to come over and he is going to add in the vanilla. 1/2 teaspoon. Sour cream. Oh, go ahead and use this to scrape out what you can there. There we go. Get it all out of there. And then we're going to go ahead and mix that together. We have a rubber spatula here. We can get out what we can there. Okay, and now we're going to whisk that together. Good job. All right, that is looking good. Let me see how we did here. Very nice. And now we are going to go ahead and add our dry ingredients in with our, go ahead, keep going. With our wet ingredients. Okay, and then we will mix the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients until they are combined. Never want to overmix your bread, so just until it's combined.
I can't wait.
Until it is well combined, wet, all the flour and everything. And then what we are going to do now is add in our zucchini. Miles grated this zucchini himself. He did a very good job. All right, did we get it all? Oh, let's scrape all that out of there. All right. And we have cinnamon chips. Add.
Ooh, it looks good.
And now we will kind of fold that into our batter. We did about 1.5 cups of zucchini and half our package of cinnamon chips. So Miles is just going to get that folded in there nicely. Alright, I'm going to help him out just a little bit while he grabs our bread pan. And I will admit that my children do not love zucchini, but for some reason they love zucchini bread, so it's great. Alright, so once we have that kind of mixed in, evenly spread, we will just pour that into our bread pan. Get that in there. We will even it all out. And then we made a little cinnamon sugar topping. Did a tablespoon of sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And once we scrape this as clean as possible to give ourselves the most yummy zucchini cinnamon chip bread we can get, we will sprinkle the topping. Spread this nice and even so that it makes a nice loaf.
I can't wait to taste this delicious
Alright,
recipe.
so Miles is going to go ahead and spread that topping. Spread it over the whole thing. Like cinnamon in this family, so we think this bread will be very good. This is our first time making it. And once he's done adding the topping, we are going to bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for 50 to 60 minutes. Ovens vary, so you'll have to check it after 50 minutes, see how it's doing. Edges good because they're hard to do.
I tried.
I know, it's hard to do like that. So there we go. And now we have our cinnamon chip zucchini bread with our sugar and cinnamon topping. We're going to go ahead and put it in the oven, and in about 50 to 60 minutes we will have our loaf. Alright, so after about 50 to 60 minutes you can check your bread. When you insert a toothpick and it comes out clean, that's when you know it's done. And I think ours is done, so we're going to go ahead and pull it out, and Miles is going to be my awesome helper. So here we are, our finished cinnamon chip zucchini bread. It looks delicious. We can't wait to try it. So once it's done, you got to let it cool for about 5 or 10 minutes and then take it from the pan. Let it cool all the way, and then you can slice it. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you for joining us. And we hope that you enjoy your
Finished cinnamon chip zucchini bread.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
little behind the scenes action here. We have an audience today. Being super good, extra quiet, like such good little kids. You have to light the stove in a travel trailer. Be a little difficult unless you have these wonderful long matches that someone in our travels gave us, and we have been very happy ever since.